you sad boy? There's a dark cloud above your head. Ooh, are you sad boy? You act like you're already dead. Why you think too much? Yeah, you think too much. Who hurt you, fashion boy? There's a dark cloud above your head. Who hurt you, sad boy? You act like you're already dead. Why you think too much? Probably drink too much.
Yeah.
Was waiting for anything to happen,
Yeah.
waiting for love. I was just waiting for the sun to hurt. I was waiting.
Yeah, Wolf Alice.
Anything to happen,
Morning, everybody.
waiting for love.
Morning, Peter DiMartini in the house. Tobacco Row. What's up, Jeff?
I was just
Einstein is Robin Hood.
sun
Is
to
here.
hurt.
Morning, everybody. Sorry for the late start. Magazoo. Magazog. Magazog.
For anything to happen.
Sunny breaks. Loyal opposition is here. Jim Gerard. Loyal opposition.
I was just
Tony
waiting
Yao.
for this sun
What's
to
up, Tony
hurt.
Yao? Tony Yao. What's up, Einstein? Love this band, man. I love these fucking. I love this shit. This is the acoustic version, a watered down kind of version of Wolf Alice. Fucking genius, man. Oh. Thank you, Wolf Alice, man. We'll get back to you, man. Hey, Marcus in the morning. How are you, man? What's up, everybody? So how you doing, man? So just doing a quick. I want to do a quick stream. This business of the Five Eyes. You know what Five Eyes are, right? It's five countries that we have a gun to our head. 4 plus us. It's us and our pistol to the head of 4 other countries. Right, all the English-speaking, the almost American countries like New Zealand, Australia, Canada, and the UK. Right, we come together. Right, it's the same thing with the you remember the New Zealand guy, the mosque guy, the guy that did the shit in the mosque that you can't talk about because if you talk about it, you lose your channel or whatever. And so all the Five Eyes got together and they confirmed. They have a dossier, a 15-page dossier that confirms that China is the guilty party with no evidence, all speculation. So welcome everybody, come on in. So look at that. But before you do that, go to marcusconte.com and poke around, please. We did some good stuff yesterday. Yesterday was a busy day out on the trail. Nice day in New York, and we started off talking about the riot police breaking up rallies in New York City. Talked to the rally organizer, Eric Rassi. Great interview. Guy was really good, man. It was really interesting and insightful. Kind of a New York intellect, and he gave his take on the organization. I always kick myself when I watch the video. When I watch the playback and I say, oh, I should have asked him this. I should have asked him that. Oh, look, I cut him off. I should have shut the hell up. Always do that. But again, that's not my forte. I'm not an interviewer. I'm a guy who walks around and talks. I'm a walkie-talkie guy. And here you can watch the video of me getting this prize. Wow, look at this shit, man. This is fucking crazy, man. Right? So these women police, right? They're walking around in the they're walking around, right? And you think like they're gonna come over here and tell you, put your motherfucking mask on, bitch. Hey, you cunt, put your mask on. But that's not what they did. Instead, they were handing out masks, right? And I was sitting there talking to the musicians. That guy was in one of my videos. I filmed him, the black dude. He was the guy doing Mojo Rising. So I was just telling him. I was sitting there talking to him, telling him, by the way, I put your video up.
I'll take one.
And
thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Man, look at that. Two of us.
Help stop it.
God damn it. Right, so stop the spread. So you know where this is going, right? I didn't open mine. I didn't open mine because you know why? I'm going to dump this shit on eBay, man. I'm going to fucking sell this for $25. This is a collector's item. Someone said it in the thread, right? Do your part. Help stop the spread. Right? So this is from NYPD handing out. There's 5 in there. Right? I thought it was one big one. I thought it was like a big diaper, but it seems like they're cloth. They're probably very good. Right? They're cloth. You could probably wash them. Right? Not cotton, not the disposables. They're real, man. So anyway, go to the site. Go to my site, please. You can drop some bucks in the tip jar. You can join that Patreon. This is PayPal. You just click on that. If you got a PayPal account, you can dump $1 or $2. It's very helpful. Very helpful. And people, I noticed that more people are joining. Because why? Because I made a website where you could actually do the function. You go here, you become a Patreon for $2. All right, that's enough about me. So what's going on with this Five Eyes? What's going on with this Five Eyes stuff, right? I have my bullshit detector comes out when I hear this Five Eyes. Did I say Five Guys? Five Guys is a restaurant in New York. I don't know if you have that shit. It's a chain, hamburger joint with French fries. But Five Eyes, I don't trust it. You know, it's a spook. They're all 5 of the spook agencies throughout the world, all English speaking, and I gave you the states, the countries that have it, and I don't believe it. But before we do that, let's talk about Trump says he is glad Kim Jong-un has reappeared. Allegedly, Kim Jong-un has reappeared. So remember, we did the survey. We did a survey. Half of us thought that he was still alive, and half of us thought that he was dead. Now, I'm on the record saying he was alive, so I guess I win that one. I win that argument. People, give yourself a hand if you said that he's still alive. President Trump has formed a one-man welcoming committee for reappearance of North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. Trump is a fellow wrestler, and Kim Jong-un is kind of like a cartoon character, and that's the camaraderie there, right? Keep him pacified, right? Fucking, I don't know, but anyway, Trump is happy. If Trump is happy, Kim Jong-un is around, and we should all be happy, right? We should all be happy for whatever it's worth. Why are Americans so engulfed with Kim Jong-un? Why are we so interested in it? Because I don't know, man. I think it's just, again, I think it's the wrestling phenomenon that Trump is a wrestler. And so is Kim Jong-un, and they see each other. They're like the tag team, right, in the ring, right? See, like there's the villains, and they fight each other, but then you have tag teams, right? And you got to get together with another villain, right, and form a team, and that's what Trump and Kim Jong-un are. Right? So Kim Jong-un. So yesterday, apparently, when Congress went back to work. Right, Congress is going to go back to work on Monday, and someone said, I don't know who said, but they said, well, why shouldn't the Congress people, the Senate and the House, especially the Senate, be tested for coronavirus, right? Because we could do that; it's easy, right? And then the White House doctor said, oh no, we don't have enough tests. Remember? He said, no, we don't have enough tests to test everybody, so we can't do it. So Trump stepped up and said, oh, that's okay. We'll give you our tests. He said, oh, we got plenty of those, and we'll send 100 over to the Senate and test them. That's slick, right? That's slick. So they spit in Trump's face. Congress scraps Trump's plan for coronavirus testing on Capitol Hill because they don't want to be tested, right? No, fuck you, man. That's my invasion of my privacy, right? But you can invade other people's privacy, but you can't be invaded yourself. So this is good because going forward, if there's mandatory testing, well, the Senate just refused to mandatorily or voluntarily be tested. So this is good. Congressional leaders turned down the Trump administration's plan to install 3 rapid result COVID-19 testing machines on Capitol Hill in time for the Senate's return to work on Monday. Ooh, hey, Trump says, hey, I got plenty of K. I got plenty. How many you need? You need 100? I'll give you 150. No charge, right? So this is Mitch McConnell deflecting. Listen to this. Listen to this bullshit comment. Congress is grateful for the administration's generous offer, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi wrote in a joint letter Saturday, Politico reported. Quote, Congress wants to keep directing resources to the frontline facilities where they can do the most good the most quickly. Fucking stupid. The quickest. All right. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. How much are you going to save? How much does a test cost? Maybe a couple of grand? These people pissed away trillions of dollars, gave bankers trillions, billions. They talk in millions and trillions, and they're talking about a couple of grand to test themselves that the taxpayers would graciously flip the bill for. Right? It's bullshit. Right? So the point is the excuse that Mitch McConnell and Nancy Pelosi, if you think there's any difference between the two, then you're wrong. The same people, right? So they joint letter. The rejection capped 2 days of press criticism after congressional physician, right, Dr. Brian Moynihan told the leaders that he would be unable to administer frequent coronavirus tests to legislators and staffs, even though the White House has been given rapid tests to everyone who comes in close contact with President Trump and Vice President Mike Pence. Oh, so I didn't know that. You have to have a quick test if you get within 6 feet or you get near Trump. I didn't know that. That's something new. Even though the White House has been given rapid tests to everyone who comes in close contact with Trump and Pence. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I just saw that in the article. So if you want to talk to Trump, you got to get tested. The stories drew a tart Trump tweet Saturday morning that announced his plan to give Congress the same technology. What's the tweet? I didn't see the tweet either. Right. This is from 2 days ago. Sorry, man. I'm late on the fucking thing, man. So give me a break. So what's up, everybody? What's up in the chat? Don't be a dick and you won't get timed out. Thank you, Vinny DiMartini, for your fine moderation. Everybody's here. What's up, Pat Hacker? What's up, Pat Hacker? Hey, Pat. And so let's talk about this. I put the article, the 15-page dossier. I tried to find it. I tried to find it. These are the kind folks that put it out. Right? Corona. This is the Telegraph, the Daily Telegraph. I believe it's an Australian, Australian publication. The link is down below. And in fact, if you want to read it yourself, because I'm going to be a lazy bastard on this one. There's the link if you want to watch it yourself. Yeah, it linkified. And this is the source. This is allegedly the source of this Five Eyes dossier. I'm going to call it right away that it's bullshit. There is a vested interest, a CIA kind of intelligence, interest in proving, whether true or false, that China was the source of the COVID-19 virus squeaking out of a laboratory. Right? That it was not. I don't really know if they're confirming that it was what they're saying, whether it was organic versus man-made. I'm not really sure, but we'll find out. We're going to read a little bit. All right, so there's the original article, but let's look at some of the spin first. Right. One other thing before we do that. There's this. You talk about fuzzy. We're getting into fuzzy math season. You remember the term fuzzy math? It's like what Reagan used to say, like, well, for example, fuzzy math is when you say the unemployment before this disaster, the unemployment rate was 3.9% in the country. When that's fuzzy math, because the real unemployment rate, if you look at if you can include people that stop looking for work or work off the books because for whatever reason, the number is more like 15% or 18% or 20%. Now it's probably like 30 or 40%. But that's fuzzy math. Now they'll come out, all right, so fuzzy math in terms of the lockdown, Sweden did not lock down their people, right? Sweden did not lock down their people. All the other countries around them, Norway right next door, did. And they had identical figures, identical death rate numbers. But that's not good enough. So you have to smear that. Why? Because they found something that worked. They didn't lock down their people and it worked. They created what's called herd immunity. So let's listen. Right? We'll read a little bit, but here's Trump smearing it. Trump, Sweden paid heavily for not imposing coronavirus lockdown. This is a few days ago. Right? It's bullshit. Because here's the numbers, right? Here's the fuzzy math, right? Listen to how they fudge this shit. All right, listen to this. All right, you got to read through this shit. President Trump pointed out that Sweden is paying heavily for its decision not to lock down as coronavirus deaths in the Scandinavian country begin to rise. Right? Despite reports to the contrary, Sweden is paying a heavy price. Right? Where's the evidence? As of today, 2,462 people have died there, a much higher number than neighboring countries Norway, Finland, and Denmark, with a few hundred. The president wrote in his tweet. Now, that's just have died there. Have died of what? Coronavirus? Prove it. Prove it. Prove that they died of coronavirus and prove that you're not fudging the death numbers in Finland, Norway, and Denmark. Right? Norway, Finland, Denmark. Right? Bullshit. Unlike many of the Nordic neighbors in other countries in Europe, Sweden did not impose strict restrictions on its citizens and allowed many businesses, including restaurants and hair salons and schools, to remain open. By contrast, Finland declared a state of emergency on March 16th and shut down schools, restaurants, bars on April 1st, and Denmark announced the first round of closures as well. Sweden death rate per 1 million population, 244, is significantly higher than Finland, 37, Denmark 76, and Norway 38. I totally dispute those numbers. It's bullshit, right? They're trying to say that the death rate is 10 times higher in Sweden than it is in Denmark, Norway, and Finland. That is factually incorrect. Out of 10 million people, Sweden has 10.3 people, and allegedly 2,400 deaths. You do the math, right? That's still in the low percentile. Maybe 0.0, 2.01%. It's still at or around the amount of the flu. So I would dispute that. I would dispute that Denmark only had 43 deaths, and Finland had less. Finland has 4,900 cases, Norway 7,000, Denmark 9,000. And how many cases does Sweden have? We don't even know how many cases Sweden had because they haven't checked. So the percentage, again, millions of cases, low amount of death. So here's Trump spinning the story, fuzzy math, trying to pin Sweden for not locking down their people of having a higher death rate. Incorrect. Invalid. Here's today. Sweden has already won the debate on COVID-19 lockdown policy. European and North America continue suffering their steady economic and social decline as a direct result of imposing lockdown on their populations, other countries have taken a different approach to deal with the coronavirus threat. You wouldn't know it by listening to Western politicians and mainstream media. There are also non-lockdown countries. You would think if you listen to CNN, the whole world is locked down, but it's not true. It's partially true in Taiwan. It's almost non-existent at this point, and certainly Sweden. They are led by Sweden, Iceland, Belarus, Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. There. Surprisingly to some, their results have been as good or better than the lockdown countries, but without having to endure the socio-economic chaos we are now witnessing across the world. For this reason alone, Sweden and others like them have already won the policy debate, as well as the scientific one. And that's big, too, the scientific one, because there is no scientific rationale for locking people down. And there's certainly no rationale for everybody wearing a mask, everybody covering their face, as opposed to just sick people covering their face, or everybody covering their face to not spread a virus. That is unprecedented. That's not how it works. Right? It's like this. Here's an analogy that might be right. A guy is walking around, right? The king. Right? Imagine the king. Imagine take you on a trip for a second, right? Imagine there's a king, right? And he's walking the pavement, right? And he's walking barefoot, and he says, my feet hurt. My feet hurt. Right? And so someone suggests rubber. Rubber will prevent your feet from hurting on the earth. So he orders the whole country to be covered with rubber, right? Rather than just covering his own feet. If you cover your own feet, you're not affected by, your feet are not going to fucking hurt walking on the rocks, right? Sneakers, put some shoes on, right? But instead the stupidity is like cover everybody. No, just cover the source of it. There's a commonality in what I'm trying to say there, if you can dig it. So, good morning, everybody, man. It's going to be a quickie, man. I'm fucking burned out right now. Sunday afternoon. All right. So that's it. If you look through the statistics and the numbers, Trump and his Five Eyes are playing fuzzy math on trying to now spin Sweden as having the higher death rate, when in fact they've also are attributed to creating the herd mentality, the herd immunity, where if you expose yourself to everyday viruses and stop washing your hands every 30 seconds and allow yourself to be close to people without a mask and such, and you begin to develop immunity to the world around you. And so Sweden is way ahead of us on that. Sweden, at the end of this, is not only going to be socioeconomically better, mentally more fit, because people are still losing their minds. We haven't even seen that yet. You walk around New York City, yeah, the parks are full. I was in Washington Square Park yesterday, and it was full, and people were close, and they were having a good time, and they're playing music and drinking their beer and smoking their hookah, right? They're hanging out in the park, right? They're doing their thing. Skaters and kids running around. But then when you go 2 blocks in any direction, it's still dead. There's so many people still hiding in their homes. Right? And what are we going to see when they come out? What are they going to see? The hair's going to be all outgrown. They're going to be fighting because you're too close to me, motherfucker. Get away from me. Get away from me. They're losing their skills, their ability to communicate with one another face to face. How close are you? You're too close. Get back. Get back. There's going to be like craziness, right? Because they're isolated and they're alone. Are they going to emerge with pharmaceutical habits and drinking habits and drug habits and antisocialism? These are all the things that Sweden won. Right? They didn't experience any of it because they let their people be. Right? That's what we got to do now, right? Because it's for the most part, I don't want to say the word hoax, but it's for the most part, we miscalculated the death rate, and for that there is no forgiveness. To continue knowing the facts now, continuing a lockdown when we know the facts is fiscally, economically, spiritually, mentally, in every way incorrect and the wrong way to proceed. So Sweden wins that, despite the fuzzy math that people will see coming out. What's up, man? What's up, everybody? Good morning. I'm sorry, I'm not paying attention today. So Hey everybody, Cameo Masso, Debop, Dead Game is here. What's up, Christian Defender, Martini Di Martini, and Pat Hacker. What's up, everybody? We're gonna get around to it, man. We're gonna get to the real story, man. We're gonna get to it in 1 second. Goddamn it! Stop rushing me, man. So incorrect. Trump is wrong on that. So here is what is this? Okay, so here's this dossier, right? Here is Zero Hedge spinning the dossier, and then we'll get into the actual dossier. I was not able to find after an hour of searching. That's all I'm going to give it, right? I searched for the goddamn authentic 15-page dossier, and I could not find it. No major publication published the PDF file for people like us to view. So all we're hearing basically is spin on this thing. So a leaked dossier, read the headline. Here are the key findings from the bombshell government dossier on Corona's bat virus program. China's bat virus program. As if I've never heard of something, bat virus. A leaked dossier compiled by Western intelligence agencies concludes that China lied and deliberately suppressed or destroyed evidence during the crucial early days of the COVID-19 outbreak, and notes that Chinese researchers have been experimenting and creating deadly bat coronavirus. Now stop right there. First of all, you do not have evidence. You've never been allowed to go into China and look at the labs in Wuhan. No one has been allowed to do that. Why? Because China is a separate country, and they're flipping their big finger up at you, saying, fuck you, do your own research. That's number one. The other thing is that Chinese researchers have been experimenting with creating deadly bat coronavirus. Every virological lab in the world engages in some form of coronavirus experimentation, searching for viruses, seeing how this one mixes with that one. Even sometimes they're deadly. Now that's called research, right? So China is like, it's like Julian Assange being accused of doing journalism. China is now being accused of research. Right? That's what they're guilty of. Right? People don't know that we do the same research, more so, more secretive than anyone in the world, more intensive experimental virological research. But you see how you got to look at the spin, man. Why are they spinning it? Because you got to prove that China did it, so that you don't look at the fact that the banks just stole trillions of dollars. The economy melted down on its own. Now you can blame coronavirus and blame China while you're at it. It's pretty straightforward. CIA shit. CIA blame the other guy. Here are key findings from the 15-page report that nobody can find, compiled by Western governments known as the Five Eyes. Okay, so you got the article down below, but let's listen to some of the key points. Key themes of the dossier is that China's negligence and lies resulted in the endangerment of other countries, as the CCP silenced or disappeared doctors. Wow. So they're making allegations that doctors were disappeared. Doctors who bravely spoke out about the new virus were detained and condemned. Their detentions were splashed across the Chinese state media with a call for Wuhan police for all citizens to not fabricate rumors, not spread rumors, not believe rumors. Do we believe it? I mean, if you're talking about a state-run media like China saying that certain doctors that spoke were being detained, who can believe any of it? You can't confirm any of it. You cannot confirm any of it. A tweet from the Global Times on January 2nd states, police in central China's Wuhan arrested 8 people spreading a rumor about local outbreak. There's no evidence here. This is bull fucking shit, right? It's based on bullshit. Furthermore, evidence was destroyed, and China refused to provide live samples to international scientists working on a vaccine. That's not true as well. They didn't provide a live sample. They provide the blueprints to the virus, and they did that rather quickly. They've already distributed internationally so that other virologists around the world can find a vaccine if one decides to take one. Right? So they did. I don't know if they gave a live sample, but they certainly gave the blueprint. You don't need the live sample. They blueprint the live sample. That's what they do, and here's the genomic, fucking DNA or whatever it is, the RNA configuration, and then they work from that. That's all they need. Furthermore, evidence was destroyed. The paper obtained by the Saturday Telegraph. Saturday Telegraph, is that the fucking name of it? The Daily Telegraph. Oh, the Saturday Telegraph speaks about, they got the name of the publication wrong. The Daily Telegraph speaks about the suppression and destruction of evidence without any evidence. So for the most part, China's deadly denials. The Dossier slams China. Constant lies about the virus. No, right? You don't have the evidence. How do you say that they're lying? Why don't you show your own labs? Why don't we reveal all of our labs that we do virological research as well, and maybe we'll get to the bottom of it. And all of this is a rabbit hole. All of this leads to nowhere. All of this it nails down nothing. Whether you know China did it, whether you know the U.S. did it, all you know is that there is a virus. Right? And it's interesting what the guy Eric Rassi said yesterday. The organizer of the rallies here in New York said that it is planned, and he says he in his estimation, I'm not agreeing, or I don't know if I agree with it, but he said that because it's a plan that it will come back, the virus will come back in the fall, right? And that the whole thing of locking people down is really the exercise. And you could make an argument for that. That if now all the superpower has to do, now all the U.S. has to do is say, oh, we have a new virus, or they can mix one up in the lab that's kind of mild, a milder version of coronavirus, but equally as scary. Maybe because this virus that they had that trippiness to it. Right? I remember I was like hallucinating at night. I was coughing and my dreams were weird. It was a fucking weird virus, right? And maybe they'll mix this one, the next one, and you'll break out in sweats and have visions of love for Trump, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Or you would have this vision of a one world society where all people are together, loving one another. No, right? Maybe there'll be some kind of other hallucinogenic, thing in it. I don't know, but is it likely that this thing was manufactured in a lab and squeaked out? It is possible. Of course, it's possible. Is it possible that 5G, that the theory that 5G creates the virus by turning up? 5G is everywhere, so all I got to do is turn up the fucking volume on it, and everybody starts to get sick. Is that a possibility? I don't know. I mean, I think that other independent agencies would detect heavy radiation in the air, heavy 5G radiation. I mean, is that realistic? No, it's not really realistic. But so anyway, what else about this, man? Before we get the hell out of here with this shit, it's bullshit, man. It's just a bullshit dossier. So when you read it, here's the actual Telegraph, and let's just look at the headlines because there's a lot here. Risky bat research. Risky? What is research? Research is always risky. There's always risk. You take the precautions. They're dressed in bubble wrap, for Christ's sake. They're dressed like in virus-proof suits, in virus-proof rooms, in virus-proof buildings, in virus-proof properties. It's isolation on top of isolation on top of isolation. For something to squeak out accidentally is not. I don't know. It just doesn't. It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. If you're going to say that someone deliberately put it out there, I would have to agree. As far as research being risky on bats or whatever else? No. Why? Because it's a bat? Ooh, it's a scary bat. Whoa, they're doing research on bats. They're doing it in the dark with black bats. It doesn't matter, right? They work on rats all the time, mice, you know, to a lesser degree, rabbits, to a less humane degree, dogs and rabbits and nice animals that we like, cows and horses and pigs and every other fucking animal. Because it's a bat, it's scary. Risky bat research. Create more deadly viruses. That's what they do. Again, it's holding up research and saying, look how bad these people are. Look what they did. It's risky. It's bad. They're doing deadly virus research. No, that's good. That's good. You're finding out about virology. You're advancing the field of virology. Again, bullshit. It's just bullshit. Flash a picture of the Chinese president, with a mask on. What else? Australia's involvement. What does Australia have to do with this? The director of the Center for Emerging Infectious Diseases at the Chinese Academy of Science, Wuhan Institute of Virology, spent time in Australia as a visiting scientist for 3 months, where she worked at the blah, blah, blah top-level Australian animal health laboratory, which has recently been renamed. Okay. So what's your bitch here, bitch? So anyway, whatever. Okay, so there was an Australian doctor there. Big deal. Is the research worth the risk? Of course it is. U.S. withdrew funding from controversial experiments that make pathogens more potent or likely to spread dangerous viruses in October 2014. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. They took it out. No, there's no way. There's no way that the U.S. would ever admit to although they defunded, U.S. withdrew funding, but there's no way that they would withdraw their research. They would say, yeah, we're going to withdraw we're going to withdraw our money from your research, and we're going to do our own research. So again, is it risky research? There's nothing to bite into here. You see that there's no solid evidence. There's one wacky doctor who works for the five Gs or whatever, the five stars or 5 eyes. Let her come on television. Let's put her on trial. Let's put her on trial and see if she's believable. Unlikely claims virus created in lab. Unlikely claims. Scientific consensus is that the virus came from a wet market. All right, but the U.S.'s top spy agencies confirm on the record for the first time yesterday that the U.S. Intelligence Committee is investigating whether COVID-19 was the result of an accident. See, it's such. Does it? I mean, I'm getting a headache from reading this shit. Right? The bottom line is this. U.S. is trying to pin the whole fucking coronavirus thing on China without any substantial evidence. Here you have it. Scientific consensus says it starts at the wet market. The U.S. top spy agency says coronavirus leaked out of a Wuhan laboratory. Right? Huge contradiction, right? Huge. One says it's wet market. The other says it squeaked out of a laboratory. Who's right? All right? It's accusation with no evidence. So Trump is flapping his lips about this, and there's just no evidence. What else? There's another spin. Here's Fox. Oh, Fox loves it. Fox wants to nail this down because if you don't, why? If you don't, Fox business, what happens? You have to look at the shit economy. You got to look at the reality, the error in judgment. Should have did what Sweden did. Should have done what Sweden did. Keep everything open. Keep everything open. Yeah, all right, so people are going to die. They're going to get sick. They're going to get the flu. They're going to get a little flushed. They're going to get a little scared. And that's the end of it, right? It's just, millions of cases, low amount of death, right? But now they got to silence it. They got to cover your trails. Cover your trails. What's up, everybody? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Don't be a dick in the chats, man. I might go out today. It's nice out. It's nice in New York. It's going to be warm. like 70-ish, 70 degrees, 70 degrees. So I don't know. I mean, I really don't have an opinion of a lot of, and I certainly apologize. I didn't dive into the details of this dossier, mostly because I couldn't find it. I'm not going to rely on Fox News to interpret 15 pages that I could read in 20 minutes. I could skim it in 20 minutes and give you an opinion of it and put it up on the screen, and we could all have an opinion of it. But it's even more shady that the dossier doesn't. Where is it? Right? I may be premature in saying that. I searched and I do this all the time. I couldn't find it. Right? So it's just shady, right? Leaked Five Eyes dossier on alleged Chinese coronavirus cover-up consistent with U.S. findings. Yeah, really? So that's Fox saying it. And what's this? Leaked Western intel dossier reveals how China deceived the world about coronavirus. This is Fox as well. Well, let's watch it. Let's watch a little something. Let's see. Watch some dogs.
After a few rough months, this Maryland doggy daycare is once again putting their best paw forward. Best Friends Forever, rehiring all 35 employees thanks to the coronavirus relief loan they secured, and now they're paying it forward.
My commercial banker for helping.
That's not even about what. It's not even about it. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. I don't. For some reason, I got a screen in my way here. Get out of the way, man. Get out of the way. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. So how's everybody doing, man? I wonder if you're as tired as I am. What is this?
Is your credit card debt stressing you out?
I'm shutting that off, man. Fuck you, man. So you know what, man? So what's going on, man? What's going on in the chat, man? I'm kind of burned today. I'm gonna kill it here because I want to get outside and enjoy the rest of this day. And so that's my conclusion. And on the big leak, the big dossier, the new dossier of coronavirus. Hold on a second. Try to put something on here.
Wolf Alice live on KEXP, the new album Visions of a Life.
Let me set this up so we get some music. Get some music. Give it to me.
Hope my body gets better. Do you want me, my body, oh my, hate the world forever.
Thanks everybody for coming by, man. Go to marcusconte.com, will you? Go here, click around for me, man. Do me a favor on this beautiful Sunday afternoon. Get over to marcusconte.com, click around, become part of this real media, so that I could still be out there talking to guys like Eric and keeping my boots on the ground. That's what it's all about. The more you click, the more it pops up in the search engines. That's what we're trying to do here. Drop a couple of dollars in the tip jar. Join for $1 or $2 a month. Send you some stickers, signed. Send you a signed letter. So I do everything myself. Man. So you got a free book here if you want to read a little bit about spiritual stuff. Book I wrote a long time ago. There's some photographs. I was doing a lot of stills, just driving around in war of empty Manhattan, empty New York City. I don't know why this website does this, but it'll pop up. There it is. And, it's my gallery of shots. Hey, what's up, Sterling Price? See you in there, man. Good morning, Sterling Price. JB, JT, JS. Guys got all. That sounds like a rig. Dendrite. This girl is so beautiful. Such a beautiful voice. Angelic. Good shot. Publish that in your post, mofo. Yeah. Wolf Alice from England, man. Fucking rock, man. Play one more. Let's see. This is a good one, too. Yeah. Northern England band from the north of England.
Shake your hair, have some fun. Forget our mothers and past lovers, forget everyone. Oh, I'm so
Okay, everybody, have a good day, man. Have a good day, everybody. Enjoy yourself and get out in the fresh air, man. Get out in the fresh air. Stop this isolation. I think we cracked the mystery. We cracked the mystery that there is no scare. I'm in the center of the COVID-19 epidemic here in New York City. There's absolutely nothing, man. It's all total, unequivocal nonsense. All right, get out there and hug somebody. Go hug a tree. People miss the cherry blossoms, right? If you're locked up in your house and you didn't get to the park and see the cherry blossoms bloom, I saw it all. I saw it every day. So beautiful, right? And we made a mistake. I think that's the consolation is stop chasing, stop listening to CIA bullshit, Five Eye spook organizations telling you that China's responsible. It doesn't fucking matter. What matters is it a plan? That is something. Did somebody? Usually the people pointing the finger. When you point your finger, you got three pointing back at you. I'm pointing at you, but I got three pointing at me. That's usually what's going on. Who really planted that fucking virus, right? What is the people pointing the finger probably did it. Shut down the economy. That's really what it's about, man. Really what it's about, man. All right, so everybody, peace out, man. Marcus Conte.